Good morning, everyone. Judy Tuttle here with Tuttle Up Stamping. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Midland, Texas, and I'm so happy to be with you today. We're having beautiful weather in Midland, not to rub it in for you guys up north that are cold and snowy and icy. It looks like it's going to be in the 70s for the next 2 weeks. Brr. So anyway, thank you for coming to watch me today. I'm very excited about my Fun Fold project. I think you're going to love it. I am in love with it. I don't know if I'll ever be able to give it away, which is sad. So good thing I'm making a second one, right? So before I start, just a review of these are the 3 cards that I made for you yesterday. The storm will end and the sun will shine again, right? Thinking of you, praying for you, and hoping with you. And then this one, you are the umbrella to my sunny days, to my rainy days. You are the umbrella to my rainy days. You don't need umbrellas on sunny days, right? With a sweet little girl with her puppy matching umbrella and rain shoes and a little coat on the dog. And so that one was fun. And then this one is the little stepped up card, Be Brave, it says on the inside. I think I picked the wrong, here it is. This is the one where I put this inside. I wish I could make this better. I love this. So I am shocked at how much I've fallen in love with this stamp set. So the stamp set we're using, the bundle we're using is called Umbrella Days. Oh, thank you, Linda. Hopefully I'll help you pass time. The Umbrella Days bundle is an online exclusive. You can find it in the online store. I should have written the number down for you, but I'll get it in the description after this this video is over. But you get all the dies to cut out all the images, but then they give you like a grass die, some clouds, some puddles, some flowers, a pieced together umbrella, an umbrella handle. It's really so much fun. And then yesterday I pulled in some sentiments from Comforting Thoughts. The number of this one is 163691, 163691. And I just liked these sentiments for the inside of the cards for these. So the ones I did yesterday. I'm not using the Comforting Thoughts today. And then I'm also using today the beautiful Spotlight on Nature dies. I use those a lot, right? Okay, so here we go. Let's get started with our fun fold card for today. I learned this fold from another demonstrator on Instagram, and this side opens like this, and this side opens like that. I put tape there to hold it down while I was taking a picture, and you get this beautiful it can sit up on a desk. You guys know how much I love that. And I'm using 2 different paper packs for this. I'm using the Tape to the Sky DSP that's in the annual catalog, and the let me think of it. Filled with Fun, Life, Full of Life. That's what it's called. Full of Life DSP is all these bright rainbowy colors, and I just love this card. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. So let's get started. You're going to start with a card base of boho blue. I thought about it, and smoky slate would have worked really well too, but it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then you need a piece of DSP, and I'm using the Tape to the Skies. And the reason I chose this one is because I loved the clouds, okay? Now, if you're using a 6 by 12 piece of DSP, you want the direction of the pattern to go up the 5 1/4 inch side. You want it to go this direction, okay? So I'm going to grab my Score Pal here. Here we go. I already have my marks at the top with my yellow markers, and I'm going to put my DSP against this. Again, it's 5 1/4 by 12, and I'm going to score it at 2 inches, 4 inches, 8 inches, and 10 inches. 2, 4, 8, and 10 are the measurements of the score line. Okay, so now I can put this away. I'm going to grab my bone folder, and I'm going to start folding this in. So the clouds are going to fold in on themselves, and then this panel will fold back. So those are the 2-inch panels on the right side, and then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to fold it in and then fold it back. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because I want the clouds to really show on the inside of the card. Okay, so when we open it up, it's going to open like that. Now, the next thing we're going to do is take each corner and corner fold it in a triangle to that center fold line. I'm going to do it on that end. I'm going to do it on the bottom here. I'm going to use my bone folder to get a really good fold on that. I'm going to do it at the bottom here. So I think it was, oh gosh, I can't remember who I saw this on Instagram from, but I loved it. Pinned it to my Pinterest board so I could use it for a later time. There we go. So there's my fold, okay? Right like that. It's going to open like that, okay? Now, in each of these corners, I'm going to put some seal just to hold it down. There we go. Those flaps don't flap up. Okay. Here we go there. And here we go there. There we go. So it's going to open like that, okay? Now I can attach this to my card base right here. And I want just a little bit of border of that boho blue shining out from all the way around. And so for this, I'm going to use some liquid glue. Let me make sure this is good and open here. Have you guys seen this fold before, or is this new to you? I don't know. I think I'll use it more often now that I learned how to do it, because I really like the final effect of it. Okay, I'm adding some liquid glue, and the reason I'm using liquid glue is because I want to make sure I get this placed on that with an even border all the way around the card, the DSP edges, okay? And the liquid glue gives me a little wiggle room. There we go, right there. All right, so here's my card front right there, okay? Now, I'm gonna go ahead and do the inside of my card, and then I'll be done with that. The outside takes a little bit longer. So I have a piece of white, basic white, that is cut 3 1/2 by 4 3/4, and I'm adding it to a piece of that Full of Life DSP. This is the one with the really lots of rainbows, bright colors, and I'm going to attach it right there so that the rainbows show out from the outside. But before I do that, I want to stamp it with my sentiment in gray granite, and the inside is going to say, "The storm will end and the sun will shine again." So I'm going to stamp that right in the center. There we go. I'm going to add that to this rainbow pattern piece here. Right there, and then I'm going to add it all to the inside of my fun fold here. I like rainbows. They a sign of hope, right? A sign that the storm has passed. So that's why I chose to use that rainbow paper. So there's the inside of my card right there. Now I'm going to fold this all up and start working on my outside. I have two gray granite panels that are cut 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. Now this one is going to go just on the left side of this panel, and so the point is going to be in the center of this gap right here, and then the tips are going to be right along the same edge as that fold where the gray folds down. Okay, so I only want glue on this side of my square, so I'm going to grab my liquid glue and I'm going to attach that right there, just on that side right there. So then it'll fold in like that, okay? It's going to fold in like this, all right? Then on the other side, I'm going to do the same thing. I only want glue, though, on the right side now, okay? And I want it to hide behind this one. That was pretty good, but I think what I need to do, is I'm going to put the glue on the side that I want it, which is this side right here. Okay. And I'm going to set that right on top of this other square when it's opened up, right like that. I'm going to line up all the edges. And then I'm just going to fold this over onto that square. And then I know that my squares are all lined up. Okay, there we go. So here's, one square hides behind the other one because I just designed it that way. Okay, now here comes the fun part. We need to color and build our images on the front. So I have two radiating stitches, circles from the Spotlight on Nature. These are both 2 3/4 inches wide. And on both of them, I'm going to add some ink to the bottom and the top. So on the bottom, well, whatever I choose the bottom, circle doesn't really have a bottom, right? So, on this circle, and both circles actually, I'm just going to add some boho blue ink to the bottom to kind of look like rain petals there. I'm going to do the same thing to this one. Okay, and then I'm going to grab my gray blending brush, and on the top, I'm going to add the dark cloudiness of the rain. So I have my blending brush here that is gray granite, and thank you, Laura. I love this card too. The finished product is just amazing. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing here with the top. So if you love it, be sure to like it, love it, comment, share it out. That helps me keep my watching going and my business on top of things. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is grab my clouds. And I have one large cloud and one small cloud. And I think I'm going to go ahead and pull out my petals here too. I have two petals that I've cut from boho blue, and then two clouds that I've cut from basic white. So my clouds, I want them to look a little gray too. There we go. Add a little gray to the bottom of these clouds so they look like rain clouds. Okay, we're going to set that all aside, and now I'm going to start with my umbrella people and my little pup. So I have a piece of basic white here. Let me grab the larger one here. Here we go. And I'm going to stamp my woman with the umbrella. In Memento Black. I'm going to stamp my child with the umbrella in Memento Black. And I'm going to stamp my sweet puppy Well, the postman just pulled up, which means Rory is going to go crazy here in a second. So if you start hearing barking, you know what? I'm going to run and shut my door right away here. I think it's going to happen. Okay. So another cool thing that I did for this, well, I think it's cool, is I grabbed a piece of that full of life paper, the one that's kind of blotchy with the just blotches of color. And I'm going to take my child and I'm just going to stamp it in here someplace that would give me a really bright umbrella, right like that. And all I need is the umbrella. I don't need the body. And then I'm just going to paper piece this. Here, let me pull another one, maybe from... Wonder if I want some yellow in that. I'm going to put it right in this little spot right here. Get a little yellow, a little assortment of colors. All right? Okay, so before I start coloring my people, I am going to fussy cut out these umbrellas with my detailed scissors here. It's an easy fussy cut. I love paper piecing. I used to do it a lot more often than I have lately. I think having the dies in our lives has really helped us with that, right? Not having to do that very often anymore. Okay, so this is going to go on top here of my child. So I'm going to add some liquid glue to that. Right there. Fussy cut the other one out. Doesn't that make a cool umbrella? I really like the look of this full of life paper with all these bright colors in it for the umbrellas. Okay, I'm probably off camera doing this. I'm sorry. Just going to cut around my umbrella. Okay, put that away. So you can get this card class in the mail to make one of each of the projects I'm making this week. With any order. There we go. So cool, right? Okay, so now let me start coloring. With any order of $40 or more, I didn't really finish that there. I'm going to use my Night of Navy on my child here. So his coat is going to start with light. There we go. His hands are going to be this flesh color, SU 700. There we go. I'm going to add a little dark just right here to the pocket and some of these shadows here. Just very lightly. It doesn't need a lot. It's pretty dark already. Okay. Then my child is going to have pants that are boho blue. Trying to find here it is, my original card, so I can remind myself. Okay, so pants that are boho blue. I'm going to start with the light balmy blue. I said boho blue, it's balmy blue. And add a little shading there. Okay, and then my child's rain boots are going to be pumpkin pie. That brings out that orange and that paper. Okay, not so bad when you don't have to color the umbrella as well. There we go. Maybe a little shadow right there. Okay, awesome. So my child is done. Now my sweet lady is going to have a jacket of boho blue. Light boho, dark boho, okay. So we're going to start with the light, and we're going to do her whole coat in light and dark boho blue. I'm going to avoid her braid there. It wouldn't be terrible if she had blue hair. There's people out there with blue hair, right? I know it can get long and boring when you're watching someone else color, but I like the process of showing you guys kind of how I do it. I'm going to get some of those darker areas with my dark one here. Kind of follow those lines. I'm assuming that there would be some shadows on the shoulders from the umbrella. There we go. And now I'm just going to blend it all together with my light. Okay, then I colored her pants in pumpkin pie. She's wanting to feel hopeful with her bright colored leggings on here. And then I colored her rain boots in Berry Burst, light and dark Berry Burst. I think it brings out the Berry Burst that is in the designer series paper. Hi, Sherry. Thanks for joining me. I have a cool fun fold card for us today. There we go. I'm going to add her braids in pecan pie. And then my sweet, sweet dog is going to be in light and dark pecan pie. Then all I have to do is die cut these images out, and I am almost ready to put everything together on the front of my fun fold. Okay, I decided my doggie was going to have a Berry Burst collar right there. And I think that's it. So let me grab my dies. I'm going to die cut out my lady right there. Put a piece of Post-it note tape right there. I'm going to die cut out my little human here. And then die cut out my pup. Use Post-it note tape, and then I can do them all at once. Okay, there we go. Over here to my machine off camera and run that through the die cutting machine. There we go. Here's my little boy, and here's my little puppy. All right, we are ready to roll on getting the front of this decorated. So this little woman here, before I put her on, I am going to add a little puddle down here at the bottom. So I'm going to grab my liquid glue. Can you guys see this? Okay. I can see that you can see it, so that's good. You can see my math problem right here, my math equation. I was a former geometry teacher, so I was trying to figure out how big my triangle, these gray pieces, needed to be so that they would be exactly 4 inches on the diagonal. So I used my math knowledge from being a math teacher with a square and how to find the lengths of the sides if you want a certain diagonal. That's way too much information. Okay, so there's my puddle. Before I put my woman on and my cloud, I'm going to grab the Be Brave here in my Misty Moonlight, and I'm going to stamp Be Brave right in that space right there. Okay? See, who says you don't use math when you're older? I definitely have used math since I've gotten older. Well, of course, because I taught it for 30 years. But here I am retired, and I'm still using my math to help me figure out problem solving. Okay, so I'm putting 3 dimensionals on the back of my woman. You guys probably think I'm a big nerd, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to put this right here. Okay. And then I'm going to take that larger cloud and just slip it in right where I want it, about right there. Okay? I might need to go in just a little bit more so I can make that work. I'm going to cut a little piece off of it right here. I'm going to add some Seal Plus to the back, and this is going to slide in right there next to my sweet lady, right like that. Okay, Be Brave. Then I'm going to do the same thing over here with my little human and puppy. My little human's going to go right there. I think it's a good idea if it fits pretty much inside that circle, so it doesn't show behind this one right here. And I put both of these on dimensionals in the inside. Before that, let me go ahead and put my cloud down so I don't have to worry about cutting any pieces off right here. So my little cloud is going to go right there. I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of my child. I'm going to cut that just a little bit to fit on the legs right here. And then one on the back of my puppy. I'm going to put my child on first. Okay, stay with me for the finish of this because it is pretty incredible, I think, anyway. And then my puppy's going to go right down here next to it. Okay, now I'm going to bring my card base back in. This lady is going to get popped up right here. Did I pop it up? I did pop it up right here on the front of this. So remember, this square is not attached to the inside, so she's going to move with that gray panel. So you just want to make sure that you don't get any dimensionals outside of that circle, right? Here we go, right there. I'm using my edges right now of all my dimensionals. It really helps the life of the projects, of the dimensional packages, if you use those edges too. Now, I did have one friend that says she never uses the edges. She's like, I just don't want to bother with cutting those edges. And I'm like, okay. Whatever you say. Okay, so that one's going to go right there. This one is going to go inside right here. And again, I'm going to grab some dimensionals. Wait, let me think. No, I put this one on flat because I didn't want it popped. Too many pops. So this one just went flat into that space right there. So cute. Isn't this so cute? Okay, and then all I need to do, you guys, I'm almost done. All I need to do is add some rhinestones, okay? So I'm pulling out my basic rhinestones. I'm going to put one right there. I'm going to put a couple down here in this space right here. There we go. And then when you open it up here, I'm also going to do the same on my little human area right here. Oh, I just dropped my rhinestone. Here we go. And another one right. Let's do it right there. So this is my finished project. Do you guys love it? So it opens like this. Be brave. You've got your little human with the dog, and then the storm will end and shine again. Isn't that a hopeful card? I love it. Look here, and it stands up right like this. Michelle, I don't have my glasses on, so I can't I can't read what you just wrote. I'm squinting really hard. Hi, Jeanne. Isn't it super cute? Do you guys love it as much as I do? I don't know. I just think if I got this card in the mail, and I do have a friend going through a really hard time right now, that it would make me smile, right? And it would make me feel like someone's thinking about me, and I just love it. And of course, you guys know I love cards that can sit up, right, on someone's desk or mantle or on their bedside, and so they can remember somebody is thinking about them. So let's review again. This is my fun fold for today. These were my cards from yesterday. And tomorrow I will have a 3D project for you using this same bundle again. So let me say my goodbyes. I plan on being here at noon tomorrow with a 3D project for you using the Umbrella Days bundle. I hope you guys are enjoying this holiday season. My sweatshirt says joy. I wear it to remind me that that's what this season is all about. So I hope you find joy in your day and joy in the season. And Linda, I'm praying for you and your husband through this hard time as well. So God bless everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow at noon. Bye-bye.